Today we're talking about 5 pros and cons of living in Bluffton, South Carolina. As with anything in life, there are pluses and minuses, there's ups and downs, yin to the yang, the Oscar to the Felix. And just as there's no perfect home, there's also no perfect community.
None at all?
Nothing. Nothing.
There's a good rule of thumb, however, when you are looking for a home, that if it possesses 80% of what you want and 20% are not deal breakers, then it may be a great choice. So what's the scoop on Bluffton?
Tell me.
If you've seen my other videos, you know exactly why we love it here so much. To start, it's a coastal town. It's in a great proximity to other destinations. Bluffton is known for its recreation. Hands down, it's a great place to retire. In a nutshell, Bluffton is simply just a great place to live. In fact, many locals call this paradise. Have you ever heard the term great minds think alike? People are coming in every day. South Carolina as a state is considered an entry state versus these exit states.
Anyone else sensing a pattern here?
Yes.
If you decide to come to Bluffton or in the process of relocating to the area, you're part of that growth. But, and this is the con, demand drives up home prices, rents. It puts demands on medical facilities, on roadways, on schools. And when something grows so fast, sometimes it takes time for that infrastructure to catch up. The town of Bluffton does have master plans to expand, and I would venture to guess that roadways and infrastructure is part of that plan. We do see improvements taking place every day, and I would hope that that continues as Bluffton continues to grow as well. The town of Bluffton on their government website has a lot of great resources about master plans, so make sure you take a look if you're curious about the growth of Bluffton. Number 2 on the list of pros and cons is the weather of South Carolina, namely that of Bluffton, Hilton Head. It is considered subtropical, which means long, hot summers and a short but cool, mild winter. In my other videos, I talked about how awesome the weather is practically year-round. Failed to mention 2 months out of the year can be described as very, very humid, balmy, and dare I say...
Not listening. I'm not listening.
I didn't say it because I know a lot of people got creeped out by that word.
Because it freaks me out.
You'll see that the temperatures in July and August are very hot, but check out this overlay of the humidity. So right here in this area, yep, that's the hell spot. Yeah, it's pretty hot. So don't worry about doing your hair or anything. And the good news is for me and my aging skin, it does help with wrinkles. So there's the plus to that. It's really not bad because when you go to the ocean, which is just a few minutes away, it doesn't matter because you are on ocean beaches. What can be better than that? You just do your business in the morning and at night as far as exercise go, and then in the middle of the day, be in AC. Pro and con number 3. You will absolutely be amazed by the wildlife, nature, the sunsets. It's amazing to see some of this because it's very different from where we came from, but it may creep some people out. So hoping I'm going to take the edge off a little bit for you on these things. Because this area is subtropical, it's on water, near water, you guessed it, reptiles and amphibians. Yes, there are alligators here. I have to say, they are really magnificent animals from a cool distance. So please don't let it scare you. They're not just going to hop out of the water and chase you down a walkway or anything like that. You have to assume that any body of water around here can in fact be home to an alligator. You don't walk on the water's edge.
Please don't do that.
And you certainly don't feed the alligators either. I mean, you can't understand why anybody would want to do that, but apparently that's a thing. And it desensitizes the alligators, and then if they get too comfortable around people, they actually have to be removed and put down. So yes, alligators and alligator encounters are entirely avoidable. Instead of being scared of them, just think of them as like marsh puppies or something. I got this off of Facebook group in Beaufort, and I thought it was a cute way to describe an alligator, although exactly say they're cute, so it just made me laugh. Number 4 on the list of pros and cons is that there's so many things at your fingertips here in Bluffton. I can leave my house and I can be at 2 grocery stores within 5 minutes. So many places to go with and outside of Bluffton that there's a lot of people also on the roadways as well, especially during certain times. And we've seen a lot of accidents happen. We talked about the infrastructure being outpaced by the demand. Well, that could be part of it. And there's a lot of communities that are popping up here that don't have traffic lights outside of their communities. Accidents happening at these main intersections, and it almost seems like people really don't know how to coexist or navigate together, or maybe there is something infrastructure-wise. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how to fix it. So when you come down here, I actually have 2 suggestions. That when you get to a traffic circle, and there's a couple of them here, that's a whole other story.
There it is, there it is, there it is.
I know. I can't seem to get over to the left, honey. I'll try next time. Sorry. We'll get out.
Don't stop in the traffic circle. And another word of caution, when a light turns green, don't go right away. Number 5, pro and con. Bear with me because I know you're going to be like, that's silly. That's not a con at all. But hear me out. You have Hilton Head, you have Bluffton, you have the town of Beaufort, and then you have Savannah, which is only 30 minutes away. So all of those towns and cities have amazing festivals and activities. So here's the con, here's the drag. If you're working, you feel like you're missing out on so much, right? You want to do it all, but you don't have the time yet because you're not yet retired. So I know that's a stupid problem to have. In fact, I would consider that a luxury problem. Now here's the upside to that. You might miss it this year, but then there's always next year. In fact, this year we made it to the Hilton Head Lantern Parade on Caligny Beach, and it was amazing. This was one of the festivals I so wanted to get to last year, but due to conflicts, we just didn't get there. If you don't get there this year, then there's always next, and there's always something to do and a new experience to be had. If you're retired, you're golden. There you have it. 5 pros and cons of living in Bluffton, South Carolina. Watch this video next for 5 myths about Bluffton busted.